Okay, so what a mess. I wanted to try a simple snack recipe, and I thought, hey, this would be great to try, you know, with everyone. But then, of course, it turned out to be one of those days where everything went wrong, including the fact that the stand that I normally use, excuse me, for chats just quit working just now. So if you could see what you are watching from, hey Carol, I'm actually having some kind of candle holder with, that's what it's really messed up. What are you gonna do? But hey, I figure, you know, with the new way that Facebook is doing things, it's only gonna be up for 30 days and, you know, so if it all goes to you know where, it'll only be available for 30 days anyway. There you go. Hey Debbie, how are you? Hey Cindy. Okay, so I saw something on social media that I wanted to try. So when it comes to evenings, Jeff loves to snack in the evenings. Loves. We'll have dinner and then we'll be, you know, watching TV or something. And about 10 o'clock at night, he'll go, do you have anything to snack on? And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, what do you mean? What would you like to snack on? And I don't really ever have good options. So I saw this one thing that I thought might be good for snacking. Hey Trisha, hey Cindy, hey Debbie. Let me just wash my hands real quick. Hey Ellen. Allison, thank you, because it's, if you could see how completely rigged this arrangement is right now, you'd be laughing. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Hey Betty, hey Joanne. Okay, so this is from, there's an account on Instagram. I don't know them personally, but they seem to have a lot of great ideas when it comes to food and cooking. It's called Hungry Happens. So that's where this comes from. I think they did a phenomenal job. Don't want to undercut them on that. And this is just a really, really simple way to try something. Hey Wendy. So what it is onion rings that are done in slices. Hold on. With Parmesan. Super, super simple. So first I'm going to do the slices. Now, traditionally, they used a mandarin slicer, and I think this would be better with the mandarin slicer, but I did not bring my mandarin slicer from the farm, so I am going to endeavor to cut it by hand, and that will be interesting when I can't even peel it appropriately, right? Hey Stacy, hey Bonnie. So this is gonna be a great little idea, and then it goes in the oven. And I thought, well, that went in the oven, we could talk a few minutes and, you know, have a moment, as it were. All right, so almost ready. Why can't I do anything? You know, isn't it amazing how the minute somebody's watching, you can't even walk across the room correctly? Crazy on that one. So Terry was asking, do we have a home in the States too? At this time, no. Right now we're living full-time in the Bahamas. But, you know, down the road, who knows? We just realized that right now we would never be going there, so what's the point in having a home if you're not ever there? We definitely really enjoy our time here, and so this is what we're going to be for right now, which we really like. Hey Maureen. Hey Lisa. All right, so they want really thin slices. That may have actually been a little too thin. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh hey, you really can't see. This angle's not bad at all. Hey Patsy. Hey Lynn. All right, I'm going to try to continue to do these wafer thin. I don't think it's really gonna end up the way she did it. She was very good at this and very precise, and had a mandolin slicer, which is different than a mandarin slicer, because that'd be something to do with oranges. I don't know. Lisa said, all those cooking chats throughout COVID, did you think you'd be chopping onions in the Bahamas? No, right? How funny is that? You never know. Never know. It's a really simple recipe, and if it works out, I'm going to be so happy, because I think it's much better than chips or something. You know, Jeff and I were talking about that the other day because it's just so easy to eat processed foods all the time, just to grab for those things. Hey Donna, hey Magda, how are you guys? Let me throw this away. Hey Tina. Oh, Jane said, did you like Eleuthera? Yes, we did. I really like Eleuthera. It just has room to breathe. I think I realize I love Nassau for a lot of reasons, but there's not really room to breathe. You know, I grew up in a small town in Tennessee. Jeff grew up, you know, like way out on a farm in Pennsylvania. And I think we both like more open space. So Isabel said, have you been to Sapodilla? No, I've heard of that. And in fact, I was talking to the contractor the other day. We met the contractor who did that restaurant, but we haven't actually been there yet. And some friends of ours live down in that area. Travis and Mimi, we definitely got to get together with them. Haven't seen them in a while. So I chopped the onion. I'm going to take this Parmesan and I'm going to cover this whole thing, right? See how it's going? Super easy. This seems to be, oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me get the other Parmesan out. Okay. I saw something in that I did not think was good. So, luckily I have a brand new bag. What are you going to do? Hey, Donna. Hey, Linda. One of the things that I find to be challenging about Nassau is shopping for produce. Now, that sounds a little weird. But it's just hard. Like, the produce is super expensive and it's not very fresh, you know? In a lot of cases, it looks like it's been there a while, but they just got it. And the weird thing, here's the weird thing. Wait for the weird thing. Eleuthera has farms all over Eleuthera, and they have these beautiful farm stands with all of this fresh produce. I'm just in there going, oh my gosh, look at this, it's beautiful. Look at all of the lettuce and the peppers and the, you know, everything. Oh, and they have sour oranges in Eleuthera that I was not familiar with, but wow, you put some of that in salsa, forget about it, it's awesome. We went over to a friend's house, some new friends of ours over there, and she made this fresh salsa, which was awesome. And she put this sour orange in with it. And, you know, like you would squeeze the juice in with it. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Just a little bit of sour orange. Okay, so this might be a little much. I was gonna try to spread that out a little bit. I put this parchment paper on here because I don't want to clean up too much. Okay. Now, at some point, I have to be able to get better with these so I can actually record them and edit them and post them that way. But right now, I'm not. Okay, so then you take these onion slices, right, and you just lay them out flat. So, and they're not supposed to overlap. They're just supposed to be flat. That little center came out, so I'll put it right back in. And, okay, I'm just gonna cover. I might have to cut some more onion. All right. Maybe a smaller onion would be better so that you'd have more unique pieces. I'm not sure, but I think I'm gonna need to cut some more onion. It actually takes quite a bit of onion, I have to say. Donna, this the Bahamas, Nassau, that we're in is actually Eastern time. It's one of the things that we loved about it. It just makes it much easier to stay in touch with everyone and everything when you're not even further out on the time zones. You know, every time I go to California, I just am so thrown because of the 3-hour time difference. And I know that people in California are probably going, why, what's the big deal? Because they're used to it. But you have to really, you know, in so many cases, I'm trying to communicate with someone on the East Coast, and then I'm, you know, in trouble. So I love that it is an Eastern time zone here in the Bahamas. It makes it much easier. They accept American cash. It's an Eastern time zone. Their dollar is pegged to the American dollar, so it's a pretty much even, an almost even exchange if you're changing money, and that's nice. Hold on. And English is the national language. Now, I will tell you that sometimes the accent makes it a little challenging for me, but it is English, and that's a good place to start when you're trying to communicate with people because you live somewhere. And we've really met a lot of wonderful people here, I have to say. Just really nice, very kind, very friendly, wonderful people, very family oriented. Love that. All right, I'm gonna put these little things in there. I'm making this so long and drawn out, and it doesn't have to be. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Sandy. Oh, yeah, Chris, this is from, I found this on, it's either Facebook or Instagram, but it's a page called Hungry Happens. I don't know them. I just think they do really good stuff. So this was one of the really good things, and I wanted to try it, so I thought that I would bring you guys along. Okay, good enough. Barbara, yeah, we're gonna have to change our clock on Sundays too, I guess here, right? Yeah, I think so. I'll have to check into that. All right, so this is super simple, right? I have the onion, I have the Parmesan. Now I'm going to get some salt. Oh, here it is. I was gonna use this Greek salt that my friend Eva brought when she was here. So I'm just gonna use salt because everything's better with salt. And I feel like the Greek salt tends to have kind of a more delicate flavor. And then I'm gonna use some garlic powder. This is what they said to do, so this is what I'm doing. I bet you could use all kinds of different seasonings on this. You know, I think you could even use something, you know, I think you could put like a Cajun seasoning on it and make it different. Or I think that you could even try something like the everything but the bagel seasoning and, you know, see how that looks. And then some paprika. A little more over here. Come on, pepper. Oops. Okay, good enough. Okay. Now, oh, Lois said that she was here on New Year's Day. You must have seen the Junkanoo parade, which is awesome. Although I've never actually been there, and we live here. How bad is that? Okay, I'm gonna put this in for about 18 minutes. Hold on. Hold on. Oh. Okay, it's 4:04. That should be in for 18 minutes. Can you guys set an alarm for me for 18 minutes? Because I normally use the alarm on my phone, and we're using my phone. Donna said that she likes to wear her jewelry too instead of just leaving it in the case. I agree. Makes me feel better. Katina said that Kayla salt is the best salt. And yeah, our trip to Greece is insane, by the way. If you have not, if you want to go, I was just talking to Rick the other day. In fact, we're going to do a thing about Spain coming up because, oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Oh, Gloria, thank you. Wait for it. Gloria, I forgot to put on the olive oil because I forgot to get it out. Thank you so much. Where's my brain? I'm talking. I can't multitask. I can't multitask at all. At all. Okay. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to do this. Is it going to work? I don't know. You know what I could do? Wait, I have a little brush. This is not how you're supposed to do it. Do not do what I'm doing. Do the olive oil first. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. You saved my life. And the onion things, whatever you call them. Okay. Well, thank goodness Gloria was watching. Oh, Lori said they rented a catamaran with 3 other couples, and they're going to Greece in June. That sounds awesome. Okay, now, it's 4:06. Please set your timers for 18 minutes and remind me that I have to take it out. Okay, so I was just talking to Rick the other day, and he's continuing to ask for more space for the cruise that we have coming up to Greece, and that's going to be a year from this spring, early summer. It's going to be amazing. So if you want to be involved in that, please contact Rick Carlson or carlson@cruiseplanners.com. By the way, we just had a few slots open up on the Spain trip, and let me just tell you, oh my gosh, wait, and that is one of the most sought after trips we have ever done. And there's a number of reasons for it. Number one, Spain is probably one of the most popular places that people want to go on vacation, and me included. By the way, I've always wanted to go to Spain. So one of the reasons we're doing this trip is I've never been, I've always wanted to go. Jeff's never been. We think it's gonna be amazing. We'd love to take you along. And it's gonna be in October of this year, by the way, October 12 through 19, if I recall correctly. You're right, I probably put way too much garlic salt on that, Nancy. So anyway, we'll see. So that's gonna be in October. It is going to be an amazing trip because it's a small group, and we've really kept it to a small group. It's gonna be one bus, which means that we did this when we went to Ireland before, and it made the best dynamic. It was not like you were with a group. It was literally like traveling with your best friends, and no one got left out and no one felt left out, and everyone felt included, and there weren't enough people to create little cliques. You know, it was all one big group. Oh, Barbara's going. Barbara's in our travel family. Barbara said she's going, and she's just deciding if she's going to extend to Barcelona or one of the other trips before or after. Camille said we have a wedding in Vicenza in June, so we're flying into Rome, getting on a cruise ship to Greece, and then coming back. Well, that sounds like a great trip. So Spain is one of the top destinations. This trip sold out so quickly, and then someone had something come up and they had to cancel for reasons that didn't have anything with it. So everyone has thought this was sold out for quite a while, and we have a few remaining. The 12th through the 19th, October 12th through the 19th. Send an email to rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. And what you're gonna find is he can give you all the information. You can tell you everywhere we're staying, all the places we're going to. But it's the best group. It's the most fun group of people you've ever traveled with. And here's the deal. I would not go on a group trip other than this one. I would not go on a group trip. It's just one of those things I wouldn't do. I don't really want to hang out with people that I don't know, so much. And then it takes so long to get used to them that you don't realize they're there until the end. Like, you don't realize that you're friends until the very end, and then it's time to go. This is a small group. Everyone knows everyone, and oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. Wait a second, I think Jeff said. Oh, well, I thought I heard Jeff back there, but I didn't. So this is one of those trips that is going to be literally one of the trips of a lifetime. We had so much fun in Ireland with one group of this size at a time and then we tried a 2-bus trip to Italy, and it was a great trip. Don't misunderstand me, but it didn't work the same way. The groups were separate. You didn't get to see everyone. There wasn't the same closeness. There wasn't the same camaraderie. There wasn't the same feeling. Barbara said Ireland was so much fun, right, Barbara? Right, Barb. And one of the reasons was the size of the group and the fact that we have such a great core group of people who travel together and they're just nice. They're great people. No one's there for drama. Everyone's there to have a good time. We love to see you. Come by yourself. You don't have to go with someone if you're going, oh, but you know what? My husband doesn't like to travel. So come by yourself. By the way, some of the people who come on these trips regularly, hi Carla, their spouses don't come. Maybe they have other things, they have to work and they can't come, or they just don't like to travel as much as their spouse, whatever it happens to be. Jeff, there's a gentleman named Jeff who comes on our trips, and his wife stays home. He really loves to travel. She really can't travel as much right now, and so he feels very comfortable coming with us, and we love having anyone. So you don't have to be a couple, just to let you know. You can come by yourself and it's gonna be great. Hey Joanne, how are you? Hey Mary. Hey Tara. Tara, you are so kind. And right now I have phenomenal lights that I just unpacked from the farm that I love. I'm a little bummed because my one light over here is not working right, but that's okay. Jody, hey Jody. Jody was on our Italy trip. Jody and her husband got married on our Italy trip. That was amazing. It was the most beautiful wedding. I couldn't believe that I can't believe that she put it together and that it came together so beautifully. It was in the backyard, the garden of this beautiful villa in Italy with the villa as the backdrop. Jody looked so beautiful. Mike looked so handsome. Everyone was there. It was amazing. Oh, Brenda, if you want to know about going to Spain, especially, send an email to rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com, rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com, and he can give you all the information. But it is, I can guarantee you, it's going to be the trip of a lifetime. So, because the great thing is, there's two things that make a trip. There's where you go, and there's who you're with, right? This is going to be one of the best places to go, and you're going to be with the best people. Barbara was talking about, so Barb Rushi is one of our friends who always travels with us, and we love having her and Nancy along. And so it was true. On the Ireland trip, we were all singing. I can't remember the song that we were all singing that they taught us in Ireland. And Cam was our cruise director in Ireland, and he was hysterical. We had the best time with Cam, and he was saying afterwards that he had such a great time. And in fact, he actually booked our Christmas markets cruise. He booked a cruise with the same group himself as a customer. He brought his girlfriend. They're lovely, because he had such a great time with this group. What bigger recommendation can you get for a group of people than when a tour guide books a future trip as a customer with this group? I'd forgotten about that. You're right, Barb. That was amazing. By the way, I keep looking over here because I had the comments up on the TV so I can see it without my glasses, because I'm so blind. I'm so blind. Hi, Linda from Reno. So if anyone's trying to find information, trust when I tell you, send an email to rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. He can help you with anything. He can tell you anything you need to know about the trip. He can send you all the information. He can help you with flights. He really takes care of everything. It's going to be Rick and Allison. They do a great job. Barbara's talking about our first Italy trip in 2021. That was the most amazing trip. In 2021, we took a trip to Italy, and we were there in September, and it was just when the COVID was at an end, but it was still kind of off and on as far as the restrictions. Chris said, how is Rick's last name spelled? Rick Carlson. So it's R Carlson, RCarlson, R Carlson @cruiseplanners.com. That's a good point. I should tell you how to spell that. Thank you. R Carlson @cruiseplanners.com. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Hi, Barb. Hey, Cindy. So we went in 2021 to Rome, and I've been to Rome a bunch of times. I love Rome because I love the history of Rome. I love, walking through the Forum of Rome. I've been with friends of mine who were just like, oh my gosh, be quiet, because I can't help myself. Like, I want to tell the stories of the Forum in Rome, and the Arch of Septimus Severus, and where Julius Caesar funeral happened, and what happened with the people of Rome at that point, and all the history of Rome is just amazing. Typically over the years though, Rome has become so crowded, like you can't walk. You're waiting in line to get into the Vatican in the sun, and you're just dying of heat, right? But when we went in 2021, this is what Barb's talking about. We went in 2021, there was no one there. It was the first trip that our tour guides had given in 2 years because of the travel restrictions from COVID. And oh my gosh, it was amazing. We walked into St. Peter's and it was almost empty. We were able to go through the Vatican Museum and didn't have to wait in line. We were able to, just see all the things we wanted to see and not wait in line and not be jostled on the streets and constantly fighting crowds. It was like our own city. It was the most amazing just experience to be in Rome when no one else was there. It was so beautiful. I couldn't believe it. So that was an amazing trip. It's one of the reasons we went back to Italy with our bus tour. We did more of Tuscany on our second bus tour, which is amazing. We're going to Alaska in June of this year. That's going to be amazing. We're going to Spain in October. Greece is going to be next year in the early part of the year. And then Portugal, which I think is sold out. Oh, hey, Debbie Gilbo, one of our friends from our travel family. I think we're going to Portugal in fall of next year. That's going to be an Alma Waterways river cruise, and that is going to be where the whole boat is ours. Now, obviously, if we're going on a big cruise ship, like we're going to Alaska on a big cruise ship, we don't have the whole ship. You know, we don't have thousands of people, but we have our group in the larger group, and we get together regularly, and we spend time together regularly and things like that. So I love that on the Alma Waterways trip in Portugal, it's a river cruise, which means it's much more intimate, but we're the whole boat. It's going to be a brand new ship in Portugal. I think we leave out of Porto, as I recall. It's going to be unbelievable. In fact, Cam, our tour guide from our Ireland cruise, he and his girlfriend live in Porto, and so he was saying he wanted to see us before we left. Belinda, one of our friends who was on one of the Christmas markets cruises, she lives in Portugal, so maybe we'll get to say hi to her when we're there. I don't know, but it's going to be amazing. It was just fantastic. So we have so many wonderful memories, and I just know that if you want to go on a trip and you're looking for a way to do it where you don't have to worry about anything and you know you're going to be with good people, this is definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. I've traveled, you know, with just, you know, like me and someone else, and I have to say it's just really, it's great, but you are kind of on your own. And then I remember one day when I was in Rome, one day I did a group trip to Pompeii, right? Which is just a day trip, not a big deal. And I have to say, it was, oh my gosh, by the end of that day, I wanted to strangle 3 of the people on that bus. So I have to tell you, it is the most amazing experience to travel with this group. Now, if you go to lisarobertson.com, you will see in the newest blogs, you'll see the blog on Spain, I believe, and the blog on Alaska. If you go to older or previous blogs, you'll also see, I believe we have one on Greece there too, but there'll be definitely information on there, which is good. But remember that, just to make sure that we have the dates correctly, just to let you know that it is October 12 through 19 for Spain, because I think we have a different date on that blog. Hey, Terry. Terry went on the very first cruise with us, our Mediterranean cruise in 2019, which was so much fun, so much fun. Katie is asking if, yeah, Greece is a cruise. Greece is a cruise, and there's a blog on that on lisarobertson.com, so you can definitely see that. It should be right there on the front page. Oh, Linda. Linda said she loves doing the Lisa trips. Linda goes solo. Linda always goes. I try Linda leads the way. Trust me. If you want to know where you're going, just follow Linda. Linda's on it. So Linda Banks is one of our friends who always comes along on our trips. So much fun. Carla, I don't know if there's any availability on Alaska because we're kind of close, but send an email to Rick, rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com, right? rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. He can help you get on the Alaska trip if there's any more room. Barb, I wish if I had Zuckerberg money, I would pay for everyone to go on these trips. They are so much fun. Oh my gosh, if I had that kind of money, I don't know, if I had that kind of money, maybe I'd buy a plane and just fly us everywhere. Wouldn't that be amazing? Terry, yeah, you should do another trip. When are you going to come on another trip? It was so much fun. It really was. Sharon said, is Portugal sold out? I am not sure. I believe it was, but, you know, sometimes people have to cancel. Like we had a cancellation for Spain. I know that was sold out, then we had a cancellation. So definitely, if you have any questions about Portugal, send an email to rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. RCARLSON Carlson@cruiseplanners.com. So he can give you any information on any of the trips. So that's Alaska in June, that is Spain in October, that is Greece early next year, and then it's going to be Portugal later next year. So we have some great trips planned, and I don't want you to miss them because they're so good. The onions, oh, good point. So I put those in at 4:04, and now it's 2:20. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Okay. Nancy's kept me. Julia, thank you. Thank you, Lori. Thanks, Janie. All right, I'm going to check them. Hey, they're looking good. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold on. Yeah, all my malfunctions ended up on the table. Brenda said, found it. Oh, it is a great price on the Alaska cruise. Rick really worked to get a good price for it. Oh, Terry said that her daughter got married last November, so we need to recover. I completely understand that. Completely understand. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Now, look how yummy that looks. I think it's good. Susan, we had to cancel the Asheville trip because of course, the hurricane that happened in North Carolina just before that last year. But I would love to be able to do that again because I've always wanted to see Biltmore. So we're going to see if we can figure out how to reschedule it. Barb said it's the people that make it so much fun. It is. It is. Oh my gosh. And if you go and it's your first trip, you have to ask Barb and Nancy about the playing cards in Italy, okay? Because you're going to hear references. It's a running joke in the group. You're going to have to ask Nancy and Barb about the cards. Katie said Alaska is definitely God's country, just breathtaking. You'll love it. It should be on everyone's bucket list. I agree. I've never been there, but I agree with you. My parents went when my mom was here, and they just said it was one of the best trips they ever took, and I can't wait to go. Jane said it looks amazing, right? It does look amazing. Joanne said that she just made these the other night and they're delicious. Well, Joanne, I hope these turn out to be delicious as well. Oh, Terry, that's right. We were going to go to Disney, but had to cancel that as well because of COVID. I know that there are much bigger issues with COVID than us canceling our trips, but I was really bummed because we had some really good ones that we had to cancel. Carla said, I would totally come alone, no worries. Absolutely, Carla, you know us. You've known us for forever. We would so love to have you just by yourself. Oh, hey, Sharon, Kingsport, Tennessee. That's very close to where I grew up. Love that one. So now I'm supposed to let this cool for a few minutes. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to let this cool. Then I'm going to break it up, make it into chips. And then when Jeff gets here, I'm going to see if he likes it. That's how it goes. So Nancy, this is Parmesan with thin onion slices and salt and garlic powder and paprika. Now, someone made a good point. I probably used too much garlic powder on them. So, sorry. Dot said you need to do a cookbook. The irony of me doing a cookbook, Dot, would not be lost on anyone who knows me. But, you know, never know. I could try. We could see how it goes. So, yeah, Nancy comes alone, no problem. I mean, you don't have to travel with someone. You can travel alone. And I think, you know, that's one of the things that I love because, you know, before I met Jeff, if I didn't have a friend to travel with, I couldn't go, you know? And when you're an adult, you know, you're adulting, right? We're all adulting. Terry, you should absolutely come by yourself. We would love to see you. Hey, April, you know, when you're adulting, it's very hard to find other adults who want to do what you want to do, who have the financial ability to do what you want to do, who can do it on the same schedule that you can do it, right? So now you have it. It's all gone. You're right, Cynthia, there's olive oil on this. Thank you. Why do I always forget the olive oil? What is my issue? Imelda said you can never use too much garlic powder. LOL. Nancy said a cookbook would be so fun, right? From so many angles. Denise, you're so kind. Thank you. Oh, really? Terry was saying there's a new trend that instead of hamburger buns, they use onion tops like these, and it's really yummy. I hadn't thought of that. Would be a great idea. Great idea. Hey, Sharon. Oh, Mary, I baked the onions at 400 degrees for 18 minutes. 400 degrees for 18 minutes. All good. So Carla, Alaska is this June 2025. And then Spain is October 12 to 19, 2025. Greece is in spring of 2026. Portugal is in fall of 2026. Hey, Wendy from Knoxville. I used to live in Knoxville. It's a great place, by the way. Was saying that she needs to try these for her husband, right? I'm making these because I'm hoping my husband will like them because I've never had anything for him to snack on, you know? Right? Debbie, great group, so much fun. Hey, Kate. Kate's gone on our trips. How are you? Hey, Kim. Good seeing you. How are you? So these are just fun. Anyway, we have great trips. I don't want you to miss them. I just think it's with the best group of people you've ever traveled with. Terry, Greece is going to be amazing. I really think you'd love that if you went. I think you'd have a great time. So I love the fact that we have so many great trips coming up. Denise said, I missed what you make. So Denise, these are like onion chips. So you put down grated Parmesan, then you put thin slices of onion, right? And then you put on olive oil, which I always forget, and paprika, garlic powder, and salt. So all good. Debbie said, "Is there a recipe?" There's no. I found it on Facebook. I found it from this page called Hungry Happens, but I'll see if maybe I can post a link to that just to make it easier. Karen, we would love to have you go on our trips. Love, love, love. It's so much fun. I think you would have the best time if you went, because I just think everybody has the best time. You know, I love that everybody has a good time. I love that everyone gets along. I love that there's no drama. Denise said, what could be wrong with that, right? Everything in here is good. I can't think of anything to be bad in there. I love onions. I love cheese, and I love some seasonings. So all good on that one. These are still a little warm, so I'm gonna let them cool a little bit longer. But maybe if I take them off. Hey, Noni. Oh, Sharon, your brother's going on a cruise to Alaska. That's awesome. Maybe if I take them off the cookie sheet, they'll cool faster, right? Because the cookie sheet is warm. That's a plan. That's a plan. I mean, anytime you have roasted Parmesan, it's good. Well, that part's good. All right. Thanks, Jean. So I'm just letting this cool a little bit more, and then I'm going to break it into chips. And then when Jeff comes around, I'm going to see if he likes it. Always good. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Hope you're doing well. Oh, hey, Toki from New York. Hey, Mabel. Hey, Sharon. You're very kind. Yeah, so we did just have our trip to Eleuthera, and somebody's asking if we loved Eleuthera. I have to say we really loved it. It is just really low key. You know, there's a lot of land that's not built up. I didn't realize that Eleuthera is over 100 miles long. It's not very wide, but it's over 100 miles long. And that they have phenomenal soil in Eleuthera. So they have farms and they grow all this beautiful fresh produce. And I just oh my gosh, I was in heaven. I just loved it. I love that they have smaller towns. Like we were in Governor's Harbor, which I love because if you live near there, you could just take a little golf cart and go around and do your thing and not have to worry about it. It'd be so great. Julia said bacon. Well, I bet bacon would be good on that. Mm-hmm. Nancy said you could put those in a salad. That would be awesome. Vicky, you're very kind. I'm sure that depends on who you ask. Chris said, love Vidalia onions. Yeah, I just used regular white onions because I think that's what I saw her using when I saw it on Facebook. But I would love to try this with different onions. And I think you could try different, like you could make it more of an Italian thing with the seasonings if you wanted to, or, you know, whatever you wanted to do. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you. Yeah, I miss just doing more fun live stuff with you. We've just been oddly busy for not working. I don't know. It's been crazy. Thank you, Jan. Hey, Debbie. Oh, Terry, I don't know, but I have to say I'd like to do something part-time, and I would love for it to be shopping because I love shopping and I love hanging out with you guys. So maybe we'll figure that out in the future. Oh, Carrie Ann. I saw your post and I am such an idiot. I wasn't sure how to get a hold of you. I wanted to say hello. I hope you guys had the best time. We were only there for a couple days and we had the most packed agenda. And I was like, oh my gosh. Jeff and I were talking about that. He was like, hey, did you see that Carrie Ann, he was reading my Facebook, he's like, did you see that Carrie Ann? I'm like, no. So I'm reading, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I need to figure out I am so sorry. We really wanted to see you when we were there. I hope you had the best time on that one. So Chris said Eleuthera. Oh, Eleuthera is an island. It's what they call one of the family islands. And if you take a little charter plane, it's only about a 25-minute flight, and it's spelled E-L-U-E, I think, T-H-R-A, E-L-U-E, E-L-E-U, I don't know. Eleuthera. And it's just, it's just a beautiful, beautiful island. It's one of the family islands, so it's not as built up as Nassau. Kim said, how do you book your trips? Rick and Allison book our trips. It just makes it so much easier for everyone because they're going to take care of everything, and it's super simple. So if you want to travel with us, send an email to rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com, and Rick will help you out. Just say to Rick, like, rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. Hi, I was watching Lisa cooking these onions the other day. You don't have to say that. Just say, hey, I was watching Lisa, and she mentioned that you had some trips, that she has trips coming in, like, what's available? Is Alaska available? Is Spain available? I just think that Spain is going to be one of the best trips we've ever taken. And I don't want you to miss it. I have to say, I don't want you to miss it. So, oh, by the way, somebody said, why is your wedding ring on the other hand? Because I didn't flip it. So this is my left hand, but the camera flips it. And I always forget to flip it. I just forget to flip it back. So I don't know. Oh, Carrot, you're there for one more month? Get out of town. All right. Try to figure that out. As we get back over there. Oh, hey, Shelly. Thank you. All right, so Shelly's it's being very kind. Thank you. Hey, Reyes, how are you? There's a fly in here. How is there always a fly in here? How do flies get in any time you open a door for 2 seconds? 2 seconds. How do they know? There's a big world out there, a huge world. When you look at the amount of space that a fly has to go, think about how small your door is. How small is your door? How do they find it? I don't know. It's one of life's mysteries. Toki said, how about Paris? Paris would be fun. I have to say, Paris would be fun. We haven't been to Paris. Thank you, Sharon. So, I have to say, it was so funny. When we announced Greece, the entire room erupted. We were with our friends on the Italy trip, and everybody said, what's your next trip? What's your next trip? And so Rick made the announcement. We were at this big luncheon, and everybody just went berserk. And afterwards, he was laughing. He goes, I think we made the right decision. I'm like, yeah, I think we did. So once again, if you want to go to Alaska in June, it's going to be beautiful. Oh, hey, Carol. How are you? Oh, Carol's a good friend of ours. Sorry, had to take a minute there. Put a bar of Irish Spring soap by your door, and that keeps flies away. I did not know that. That is amazing. I love that. So if you want to go to Alaska, please come. We're going to have the best time. And it's just, oh my gosh, fabulous. In fact, there's going to be a salmon fishing excursion. I know Jeff's super excited about that. So I know most of the guys are, and Vicky. Vicky, I think, is going on the salmon fishing. I'm not sure if Gwen is going on the salmon fishing. That I would need to take a video of. That'd be like me going salmon fishing. So that'd be pretty entertaining. Carla, Greece is going to be next year, next spring. Oh, hey, Jan. How are you? How's Atlanta? How's being a grandparent? How's retirement? Hi from Seattle. Janice, we're going to Seattle to go on our Alaska trip, which I'm excited about because my brother and his wife live a little ways out of Seattle, so we'll get to see them when we're there, which is great. Antoinella's doing great. She's in Georgia seeing her daughter, which is fabulous, and they're having a good time. Lori said, how many peeps in each trip? It depends on the trip. Just depends on the trip. Katie said, by the way, she just got home from Alaska yesterday and had a great time. So I think for the Alaska trip, there's probably around 100 people, and that's a usual marker, unless it is a bus trip. Like Spain, that's gonna be fewer than 40. It's a wonderful group. It's really personal. It's really just so comfortable and so easy. Love that. So that's going to be Spain. So I think Alaska's going to be around 100. Spain is going to be fewer than 40. Greece is a lot more. I think it might be as much as 100 in fishing. 150. Wait, Jody, you're going salmon fishing? Get out of town. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay. So Alaska, Spain, Greece, and then Portugal. I think Portugal's going to have about 150, 175, however many we can fit on the ship, because the whole ship is ours, but I think it's a little bit smaller than the European riverboat cruises, just because of the construction of the ship, the one in Portugal. Yeah, DS. All of that will be made. So when you go on one of our trips, Rick will either make sure that someone is there to meet you, like if a group of people are coming, or give you instructions on you know, where to take a taxi to. It depends on the trip. So, you know, I believe in Seattle with the pre-trip, people are coming in at different times, so they're going to find their own way to get to the hotel because it's the pre-trip. But I know one of the last times when we went on one of the Christmas markets cruises, for example, you know, there was someone there to meet us from the company that we were going with, and everyone kind of, you know, went to them, and they took a group, and then the next group would come in and they take them. You know, you get the idea. So Carla, please check out the trips. We have a lot of great trips coming up, and I do think that the people you go with make a big difference, and we have such a great group. Kelly said, do you like living in the Bahamas now? I do. It's just really, it's a really wonderful, kind of more relaxed feel that I think we both really enjoy. Hey Tansy, how well, thank you you're so kind, thank you. All right, so now you take these. Now, these are not as crispy as hers. So I wonder if I should put these back in the oven a little bit. The oven. I think I'm gonna put these back in the oven a little bit because they're not quite as dry as hers. See, they're a little more, they're not quite as done. So I think I'm gonna put them in at a lower temperature for a little bit and just kind of get them a little more done without burning on that one. But I'm gonna let you guys go because I have to go get dinner ready because someone has to feed my husband. I think it should be me. Okay. All right. So Kim, I don't actually, email rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. rcarlson@cruiseplanners.com. Please send him a message if you would like to go to Alaska, Spain, Greece, or Portugal. I am not sure if what there's room on. I just know we had a cancellation on Spain, so please grab that while you can. Hey Charles, how are you? All right, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll let you know how these do. I'm gonna put them back to a lower temperature because I think they need to be crispier. So, all right, live and learn. All good. All right, thanks guys. Bye.